Hey dolls, it is Bonbon and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So, can we believe this? Let's just take a moment to realize I only uploaded a week ago and I'm already out with another video. Like, when in the history of ever has that happened? Quote a time when in the history of Bunny Bombshell have I uploaded consecutively. I think I have. I need to give myself a little bit more credit. I have decided to finally start working my way through the list of videos that I've been wanting to do for a really, really long time. So last week I was kind of walking you guys through like the aftercare, and it was a little bit more of like a medical kind of video. This video I'm going to have a little bit more fun, and I have actually a Google Doc here where I have written things not to say to trans people. So a lot of these are things that I've experienced, or, you know, just kind of things that I've seen, you know, in other situations. And I thought it would be really fun if I just kind of sat here and did my makeup. I'm not going to talk about the makeup that I'm doing because I just feel like makeup tutorials are so, like, who gives a shit? So I'm really just going to sit here and do my makeup, and I'm going to work my way through this list. Spoiler alert, and I'm not showing my makeup because I know that people absolutely hate it when people show the finished makeup look at the beginning of the video, but I'm going to take this time right now to tell you that you should like this video, you should leave a comment down below for my viewer engagement, you should subscribe to my YouTube channel, and you should hit that notification bell so that you're notified every single time that I upload a video. Enjoy the video. Mwah! Okay, which is the first one? Oh my god, okay, so the first one that I have on this list, they're in no particular order of like offense or anything. And like I said, these may not be things that all trans people get. These are like ones that either I've got or I just know are kind of out there. Shut up, Bonnie, and just get on with the freaking video. Stop with the disclaimers. Okay, so the first one is, I would never have guessed that you were trans. Now, this is one of those that I like, I think actually quite a few of the ones on this list are those kind of, I hear them regularly when I'm like out with people that I like used to know, or people that I do know, and we're kind of like drunk in the bathroom, and it's that kind of like, I'm so proud of you moment. And so I understand that a lot of these don't come from a place of like trying to offend, but it's also just kind of like eye roll at this point. So it's like, I would never have guessed that you're trans. And a lot of like girls have said this to me before, even guys. And it's almost as if that's like a compliment. Do you know what I mean? It's like, I would have never guessed that you're trans. And it's like, okay. Like, what is that supposed to mean? Like, are you telling me that I don't look like a guy? Because I'm not a guy. So, like, you know? It's just one of those. Like, it's very, there isn't much that I can really say about it other than it's just kind of, like I said, it's just an eye roll. It's just like, why, that's so random. Like, why would you say that? I would never have guessed that you're trans. It's like, okay, well, good for you. Like, what do you expect me to take from that? I'm not gonna, like, that's not really a compliment. That's kind of like a backhanded compliment, you know? This is one that I have got, and this is another, like, this again is like a major backhand because they think that they're doing something nice with this, but it's also just like, oh my god, chill. So I've been told many a times that the only thing that is obvious about me being trans is my voice. The thing that gives it away, as if it's like a secret, like it gives it away. Gives what away? I'm not trying to hide shit. Like, I'm just living my life. Why aren't you living yours? It's just, like, I would have never known you're trans until I heard your voice. And it's like, you think by saying that you are complimenting me and saying that I don't look trans and everything, but you're also telling me that I have like a masculine voice. And that's something that a lot of trans people are really self-conscious about, you know? I definitely am self-conscious about my voice. Not so much now because I kind of just got to a point where I was like, oh, who cares? Like, I really don't have the time or the energy to like care about that kind of stuff anymore. But I know in the past, like, I definitely was super, super insecure about my voice. Like, I literally had like a relative say to me that my Adam's apple is what makes it obvious. And it's like, oh my gosh, like, where is the respect? Like, anybody with a brain would have like realized that that's not like an okay thing to say. Do you know what I mean? And that could be like really used for like anything in life. Like, step away from like the whole like trans thing. It's just kind of like, why would you say that? That's really questionable behavior. But people do it, and I understand they don't know any better. They're trying to be great. They're trying to be nice, but I'm not sitting here applauding people for doing the absolute bare minimum. It's like, maybe think about what you're going to say before you say it. Question mark? Maybe? Just, I don't know, just throwing that out there. Like, let's try and be a little bit more respectful. Let's try and be a little bit more aware up here. Let's turn on the lights. This next one is a very particular one. It's very specific, and I don't know how many trans girls have got this. So if you're a trans girl and you're like watching this, please comment down below if you've had this. But I've had this, I think, on 2 occasions now, and this is kind of more like specific to dating. So I have been on 2 dates, I think, where this has happened. Now, as some of you know, I mean, I don't really do it at the moment, but I've always had a love for gaming. You know, like things like League of Legends. I mean, growing up I was more of like a Sims kid or whatever, but I loved like Halo and stuff growing up and Call of Duty. So, you know, I always loved games. Now, I don't see gaming as like particularly like a male thing. I know plenty of girls who game. A lot of my like female friends that I've met online, I met through gaming. So I just never saw it like gaming as like a masculine thing. But I've been on dates with guys where they have, and I kid you not, right? I kid you not, they have said,
I kind of like that you're trans because it kind of means that like you're also into guy things like gaming. Like, not many girls are into gaming, but because you used to be a guy, you also like gaming, and then I feel like we can relate on stuff.
What? Ding dong, like up here, like, what is that to say? Number one, you are telling me right there that the only thing interesting that you have to potentially talk about is gaming. And that's really sad, and I'm not gonna date somebody like that, so on to the next. Again, backhanded compliments, there's plenty of those in this list. It's just kind of like, I can see from that point of view, it's kind of like, hey, we're gonna have more things in common. It's really cool that you're a girl that likes games. And I'm like, yeah, but plenty of girls like games. That has nothing to do with me being trans. Now this goes for, again, it's kind of like, not in the dating aspect, but kind of like in the, I guess, the dating aspect. And this goes for like heterosexual trans women. I mean, maybe not, I guess, you could like bend it and it would like apply to all. I've had many a guys say to me, you're really cute. I'm not gay though. Okay. Like, nobody in this conversation between me and you insinuated that you were gay. If you tell me that I'm pretty, all I think is, thanks. When guys say like, you're really pretty, I'm not gay though, it's just like, but you basically just called me a guy. That is like backhand upon backhand upon backhand. And even like, as like, you know, stemming off from this, when people say, you're really pretty for a trans girl, it's like, okay, so then what am I compared to other girls? Like, am I just hideous? Like, what do you mean I'm pretty for a trans girl? I probably sat here thinking, oh my God, as if people say this. But like, it's true. Like, people legitimately be out here saying these things, thinking that they are doing something. This is like a 2-parter. So number 1, a question that people love to ask, right? Have you had the up? I've literally had people come up to me and be like, so do you have a penis? And it's kind of like, do you? Like, let's turn this around. Like, do you want me asking you about your genitalia? It's really great that you're so open with these questions, because I've talked to trans people before and they've like got so upset about it. And I'm like, you want to know why they've got upset about it? Because you've been a complete and utter stranger and decided to go up to them and ask them about their genitalia. especially in some circumstances when the genitalia that they do have, they don't identify with, and it's an extreme place of discomfort. I don't see an issue with asking questions. I get asked questions a lot, and I'm always welcome to kind of answering those questions, because I think it's better that it comes from me, who can word it in a good way, than to come from somebody like online who wants to kind of like twist things and, you know, like that whole agenda. However, some people don't want to, and that's honestly so fine. That is their decision. It's up to them. If they don't want to talk to you and disclose with you what they have going on down there, then leave them the fuck alone. Like, it's just that simple. It's just that simple. So stemming off from that one, there's also people who have said to me, and these are like even friends. Like, I'm sure I have friends watching this video right now who are like, oh shit, I've said that before. Hi. No, I'm kidding. People will say to me, so you've had the operation, so you're like a full woman now. Well, what was I before? You've known me how long? Does that mean that this entire time while we've been friends, you've been secretly thinking that I'm not fully a woman? Is that what you're admitting to me right now? And people think it's a compliment, because it's like, oh, like we're telling her that she's like a real woman now. Like, that must just be such a great feeling for her. No, because I already know I'm a full woman, and I knew I was a full woman before I had the operation. So what's your business? I didn't have the operation because I wanted to become a full woman. I had the operation because I didn't identify with my genitalia. There are many women on this planet with penises, and that they aren't any less of a woman than I am. The next one is one, I don't believe I've ever had this, but I've heard from fellow trans people that I know of this. And whenever they ask me, like whenever they've told me this, I've always just been like, that is one huge gigantic question mark right there. So I'm just trying to move my mirror a bit closer because I'm trying to do my brows and I literally can't see them. Okay, what was it? Okay, how do you have sex? Well, Deborah, let me enlighten you. So, there are one of two options that I could have going on down there. Either way, many people on this planet have, and have active sex every single day. So you know what? It's fine. There are more than one hole, sweetie. I hate to break it to you, but there is. Lady that I've only just met in the bathroom of a nightclub and you've had too many cocktails, how do you have sex? Let's talk about it, since you want to be brave enough to ask me. Go on. I'm sorry, is that rude? Am I intruding? Oh! Sorry, I just want to be educated. This is a question that I have been asked primarily by guys, not guys that I've been dating, but just kind of like guys that like say I'm friends with or whatever, or like we're like acquaintances and we're having like a bit of banter and they get like all brave all of a sudden and think that they can say anything they want, and then they come up to me and they're like, so do you stand up to pee? Why do you need to know that? Because there's being educated on, like, you know, like you're trying to better yourself and you're kind of educating yourself on, you know, what it means to be trans and stuff. But it's like, okay, but that's not something you need to know. Like, what does that knowledge do for you? That's literally like whether or not somebody stands up when they pee. And I just don't understand that question. Knowing full well, like, if you think that asking that question isn't ignorant, there are problems that I can't help you with. This little TED Talk, this little lesson that I'm doing right here, that is one thing, but that is a deeper issue and you need to talk to somebody with a professional degree to help you with that shit, because I don't have the time. Ooh, I know that this is gonna hit a lot of trans people in the comments. They're gonna see this and they're gonna be like, yeah, we were waiting for this one. What was your old name? What is your real name? Well, if I grab any documentation, and I mean, this just goes for me, because I'm very aware that not all trans people have done their documentation, but you know, I've had this, and I'm like, my name's Bonnie. And yeah, okay, my name's Bonnie legally, but even so, if I tell you my name's Bonnie, my name's Bonnie. It doesn't matter if it's on a piece of paper or not. Doesn't matter if it's on my driving license. It's not your business. Now listen, I have no problem disclosing that information. I mean, I do kind of side-eye it a little bit, but if like we're getting along, we're on the topic and you ask me and you kind of ask me in the right way, then sure, I'll tell you, I'll be like, yeah, it was Josh. I don't care. But that doesn't mean that people don't. And that, again, comes into the whole, like, people don't owe you shit. People don't owe you that answer. People think it is hilarious to say,
I identify as an attack helicopter.
Number one, where did that stem from? Like, why out of everything in the world was it chosen to be attack helicopter? Also, why do you think that's funny? Who hurt you? I mean, for me, honestly, like my only real response to that I've actually given and practiced in real life besides Twitter is when somebody says something like that, I just reply being like, okay, that's absolutely fine. You want to know why? Because that doesn't negatively affect my life. If you want to identify as a piece of heavy machinery, that's absolutely okay. You just give me whatever pronouns will make you feel comfortable and I will be absolutely happy to abide by them. I will call you clank/clunk if those are your pronouns that are gonna best fit your gender identity as an attack helicopter, because you want to know why? It's not hard. So if that's what's really gonna help you sleep at night, then I'm all for it. But that's not the response you were hoping for, is it? You were hoping that I was going to get really offended and that I was going to get really upset. Everybody just feels like everything revolves around them. And so they get so confused when people are like, oh, I identify as like a they/them. I identify as like a female. Even though that's not the gender I was assigned to at birth. And people are like, what? What do you mean I have to just slightly try to be respectful? That's not on the card. This one is a little bit more kind of, I mean, if you're already talking about it and you know you're kind of in that conversation, then I don't necessarily see the issue in this. But if you just come up to me out of nowhere and I've never met you before and you ask me, how long have you been on hormones? Some people that you run up to and ask that question may not even be on hormones yet, and they may be really insecure, and they may struggle to get out of bed every single day because they feel like their life could not possibly get better until they are on those hormones. I know many people who have felt like that, who have felt lost, and you know one of those people that has felt like that? Me. When I came out as trans, the first thing I wanted to do was hormones, and people put enough barriers in your way as it is. The last thing I needed was somebody coming up to me and asking me, one, if I'm on hormones, or two, if I am, how long I've been on hormones. It's just like, girl, you see that we're at a club, there's a time and a place, we're at a party, like we're all just trying to have a good time. Please don't come and just think that I owe you that. Like, it's because I just don't. How are we feeling so far, guys? Because we're about halfway through. How are we feeling? Are you being dragged yet? I'm enjoying myself, to be honest. This feels good. You know, you can pay a lot of money for therapy, but this feels great.
Do you get periods?
You know, Susie, that's an excellent question. I'm so glad that you decided that was appropriate. No, I don't get periods. To which a lot of fucking radical feminists nowadays love to be like, if you don't have a uterus, you don't have an opinion. And it's like, so are you saying that to all of the cis women who were born without a uterus? Because it happens. There are many women out there who either were born without a uterus, or maybe they can't even, use their uterus. Some women are infertile. Are you telling them that that's what it means to be a woman? Are you telling me that because I don't have a menstrual cycle that I'm not a woman? Okay, good to know. I'm glad, Susie, that you think that the epitome of being a woman comes down to your menstrual cycle. I'm glad that you think that that is all you're worth. I'm so happy for you. I'm so happy for you that you like to call yourself a feminist, but you think that what makes you a woman is your menstrual cycle. Did I spill? Maybe I spilled. Are they implants? I am happy with my breast size. Will I get implants one day? That's none of your business. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. I remember when I first came out as trans, the amount of times that I would get compared to or asked my opinion on Caitlyn Jenner. I don't have an opinion on Caitlyn Jenner. You want to know why? Because I've never met the woman. Do I think some of the things that she said in the past are questionable? Sure. Have I ever met her? No. Am I going to form an opinion on her? No. Why? Because I have better things to do with my time. And I know what is my business and what isn't my business. And you should too. So, oh my god, this one actually gets to me. Like, not gets to me in terms of it makes me sad, but it just is kind of like, how are you gonna have children? And I feel like this goes for most people in the LGBT community. This is kind of like a shared one. How are you gonna have children? Well, what do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean, how am I gonna have children? I don't know. How is anybody that is infertile gonna have children? I don't know, maybe because we live in the 21st century whereby adoption is a thing. Where egg donors exist, where surrogacy, where sperm donors exist. All of these things are ways of having children. Many people are affected by infertility. Many people outside of the LGBT community are affected by infertility. So it just begs the question, why? Why that question? Also, maybe I don't want kids. I mean, I think everybody watching this, like if you've seen my other videos, you know full well that I want children in due time, mid-30s, like 12 years away, maybe. But as for right now, I'm absolutely fine and I'm still trying to figure out how to look after myself, let alone another human being. Some days I ask myself that same dumb question, how am I gonna have kids? Maybe not for the same context, not like how am I gonna have kids, but kind of more so like, how am I gonna have kids? Because you know what? Some people just aren't cut out to be parents, and I just think I may be one of them. I shouldn't do this next question while I'm lining my lips. I just shouldn't. But I will anyway. So you've been a guy and a girl. Which do you prefer? Do you prefer being a guy? Do you prefer being a girl? Well, considering every waking day that I was a guy, was living hell on earth, I think I prefer being a girl. What did you expect? Did you expect for me to be like, you know what, actually being a guy is so much more fun? Like, I don't know why I did this. Like, it's just... We've made it this far, and these three are ones that I've probably had the most, and like, I should really do my lips first before I do this, because I just have to laugh. I just have to laugh. Which lipstick do I want to wear? A cream lipstick from KKW Beauty. It works. Okay, are we ready for these power questions? You look more like a girl than I do. / you're a better girl than me. You walk better in heels than I do. / you're better at makeup than I am. They come under that term. I told you, these three questions, I've heard these questions so many times. And it's just like, so what you're telling me is that I'm a better woman than you because I can walk in heels and I can wear makeup. Is that what being a woman means to you? A little bit sad, if I do say so myself. Like, yeah, I can walk in heels. And yes, I can do a badass beat if I want to, but so can guys. There are guys who can walk in heels better than some cis women. There are guys who are better at makeup than some cis women. Most like celebrity makeup artists are guys. So why does me being good at walking in heels and doing makeup make me a better woman than you? I told a trans girl today that she was like a better girl than me because she could walk in heels and do makeup. There are some trans women out there who don't like makeup and don't like heels. So are they not a better woman? Like, case closed. That's on period. Anyway, guys, I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you want me to do other videos like this, then let me know. If you like this video, make sure to give it a big fat thumbs up, leave a comment down below, hit the subscribe button and that notification bell so you're notified of every single time that I upload a video. And I hope you all have a lovely day. I hope you learned something. If you didn't learn anything and you were sat here through all of this being like, bitch, I bid new, then props to you. You're not a shitty person. Yay! But anyway, guys, I will see you in the next one. Girl, you know you enjoyed it. Don't lie to me. We're better than that. We have a mutual understanding that we don't lie to each other. So, that being said, why don't you watch another video? I've put it right there for you. I have been super nice. I thought, you know what? She may not want to do all that. So we're just going to put it there. And you just click it and you watch another one. Bit of a binge, you know? I have plenty of videos, so just binge away.